Have you ever reached a point in life where you looked back and wondered, was it all worth it? After decades of chasing success, security, and happiness, what if the truth is that everything we were taught to believe was a lie? At 80 years old, I'm starting to see it clearer than ever. The promises of society, the expectations we were sold, they've left so many of us feeling empty. But what if I told you that it's not too late to rewrite your own story? In this video, I'm going to share the hard truths I've uncovered about life, success, and happiness, truths that most people never talk about until it's too late. It's time to break free from the lies, embrace a new perspective, and truly live the life you've always wanted. If this message resonates with you, hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more life-changing insights. Let's dive into the truth together. 1. The illusion of stability. For most of our lives, we were told that stability was the key to happiness. That if we worked hard, stuck to a steady job, raised a family, and kept our lives as stable as possible, we'd be set. We were conditioned to believe that the safe path, the one with a solid job, a long marriage, and a house in the suburbs, was the surest way to secure happiness. That if we just kept everything in order, nothing would go wrong. And for a while, maybe that felt true. Maybe in our 30s and 40s, when we were raising kids, managing our careers, and paying off the mortgage, that stability felt like success. We were keeping it all together, after all. But now, as we sit here in our later years, many of us are realizing that stability and happiness aren't the same thing. Stability, for all its benefits, often traps us in a cycle of monotony. It keeps us on a narrow track, afraid to venture too far out of the lines in case we lose everything we've worked so hard to build. And when you look back, what do you see? For some, you see a life well lived. But for others, it's a life that felt safe but also limited, safe but unfulfilled. Take a moment to ask yourself, did you pursue passions that made your heart race? Did you take time for yourself, or were you always too busy making sure everything was stable for others? These are the questions that tend to come up in the quiet moments of retirement, when the noise of a busy life fades away and we're left alone with our thoughts. We realize maybe that we lean too hard on the idea of security, and in doing so, sacrifice the moments that might have brought us true joy. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wanting stability. Stability can offer a strong foundation, but maybe, just maybe, we leaned a little too hard into it. Maybe we spent too much time worrying about playing it safe and not enough time taking the kind of risks that would have made us feel alive. We spent decades building a wall around ourselves to protect our stability, but the higher the wall, the more we boxed ourselves in. We forgot that true fulfillment often requires stepping out of that comfort zone, trying new things, and embracing the unknown. We've reached a point in life where we have the wisdom to see through the illusion of stability. We realize that the lie we were told, that stability equals happiness, was incomplete. Happiness is about so much more than keeping things the same. It's about growth, change, and the willingness to explore new possibilities, even when they seem scary or uncertain. If you find these stories inspiring and they motivate you to take action, please comment 9. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time. 2. The myth of success. Let's talk about success for a minute. For most of our lives, we were told that success looked a certain way. It was all about the job you had, the money you made, the house you owned, and the status you achieved. We were led to believe that success was something tangible, something you could measure. And like so many others, we bought into that vision of success. We worked hard, sacrificed our time, our energy, sometimes even our health, chasing those external markers of success. But now, here we are, with all the trappings of success, or at least what society told us success looked like, and yet something feels off. We've achieved the milestones we were supposed to achieve, yet we're left wondering, Why doesn't it feel as fulfilling as I thought it would? The reason, I believe, is because we were chasing the wrong thing. Success, true success, isn't about the house, the car, the title, or the savings account. It's not about how much wealth you accumulate or how high you climb on the corporate ladder. True success is about living a life that feels meaningful, purposeful, and aligned with who you are as a person. It's about spending your time doing things that bring you joy, that make you feel alive, that give your life meaning beyond the material. Yet for decades we were taught to believe that success was a one-size-fits-all formula. We were told to measure our lives against a standard that didn't take into account our individual dreams, our personal definitions of fulfillment. And now, in the quiet of our later years, we're starting to see that success should have been defined by us, not society. Think about it. How many of us sacrificed our passions for the sake of success? How many of us pushed aside our dreams because they didn't fit into the traditional mold of what success was supposed to look like? And now, after all these years, we're realizing that those sacrifices didn't necessarily bring us the happiness we were promised. The lie we were sold is that success is about more money, more status, more things. But as we've grown older, we've come to see that success is actually about less attachment to material possessions, less focus on what others think, and more focus on the simple joys of life. The time spent with loved ones, the experiences that touch our souls, the moments that make us feel alive. And the beauty of this realization: it's not too late to redefine success. It's not too late to live the life you want, even now. You can still pursue your passions. You can still create a life that feels meaningful, even if it looks different from the one you've been living. The key is letting go of the lie that success is about external validation and embracing the truth that success is personal. It's about what brings you joy and fulfillment. If you find these stories inspiring and they motivate you to take action, please comment 9. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time. 3. The lie about retirement. One of the biggest lies we were told was that retirement was the ultimate goal. Work hard, save up, and one day you'll get to retire and finally enjoy life. The golden years, they called it. But now that many of us are in retirement, we're starting to realize that it's not the magical phase of life we were promised. Retirement, for many, is not the dream vacation we envisioned. Yes, there's more free time, fewer obligations, but the excitement doesn't last forever. The initial freedom can quickly give way to feelings of emptiness. The truth is, after spending decades in the workforce, many retirees struggle with the lack of structure and purpose. We spent so long being defined by what we did, our careers, our roles as parents or spouses, that when those roles are no longer front and center, it's easy to feel lost. I've had conversations with friends in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who tell me that retirement isn't as fulfilling as they thought it would be. Some of them miss the structure and social interaction that work provided. Others feel a sense of restlessness, like they're waiting for something to happen but don't know what it is. Sigh. And for others, there's the reality that their health or finances aren't what they expected them to be, which makes enjoying retirement even harder. The truth about retirement is that it's not a one-size-fits-all solution to life's problems. Just because we've reached retirement doesn't mean life automatically gets easier or more enjoyable. In fact, for many, retirement is a time of reflection, sometimes painful reflection on what they could have done differently. It's a time when we realize that if we weren't happy before retirement, we're not going to be magically happy just because we don't have to go to work anymore. But here's the good news: retirement is also an opportunity. It's an opportunity to reinvent yourself, to focus on the things that bring you joy, to rediscover passions you might have aside years ago. It's a time to try new things, meet new people, and create a life that feels meaningful, even if it looks different from the one you thought you'd be living at this stage. Retirement isn't the end of the road. It's a new chapter. And like any chapter, It's up to you how you want to write it. So instead of seeing retirement as the finish line, see it as a fresh start. Use this time to focus on what truly matters to you, not what society said should matter. 4. The pursuit of happiness. One of the biggest lies we were told is that happiness is something we can earn, something we achieve after we've checked off all the right boxes. Get the right job, the right house, the right amount of money in your retirement account, and then you'll be happy. But as we've learned by now, happiness doesn't work like that. Happiness isn't something that comes at the end of a long journey. It's not a destination you reach once you've done everything right. Happiness is something we create every day. It's something we find in the little moments, in the people we love, in the things that bring us joy. And the biggest mistake we made was putting off happiness, thinking it was something we could achieve later after we'd done all the hard work. Many of us spent years, decades even, believing that once we had enough money, once we retired, once we reached a certain milestone, happiness would come flooding in. But what happens when you reach that milestones and happiness doesn't show up? What happens when you find yourself with all the things you thought would bring you joy, and yet there's still an emptiness inside? The truth is, happiness was never about the milestones. It was never about the achievements or the possessions. Happiness is found in the everyday moments, the laughter shared with a friend, the warmth of the sun on your face during a walk, the quiet contentment of a good book or a favorite song. It's found in the connections we make with others, in the time we spend doing things that matter to us. And here's the most important thing: it's never too late to find happiness. No matter how old you are, no matter where you are in life, you can choose to be happy. You can choose to focus on the things that bring you joy. You can choose to let go of the things that don't serve you anymore. The pursuit of happiness isn't something that ends when you reach a certain age. It's a lifelong journey. And the best part is, you're in control of where it takes you. 5. The fear of change. One of the reasons we stayed on the path we were on for so long is because we were afraid of change. We were afraid of stepping off the beaten path, afraid of what people would think if we did something different. Society teaches us to fear change, to value stability, to stay in our lane and not rock the boat. But as we've grown older, we've come to realize that change is an inevitable part of life. It's not something to fear, but something to embrace. In fact, change is often the very thing that leads us to growth, to new experiences, to a deeper sense of fulfillment. When we resist change, we're really just resisting the opportunity to live a more authentic and fulfilling life. Think about it. How many times in your life have you resisted change, only to later realize that the change was exactly what you needed? Whether it was a job you didn't want to leave, a relationship you stayed in too long, or a routine that felt safe but unfulfilling, resisting change often keeps us stuck in a place that no longer serves us. And yet here's the truth: it's never too late to change. It doesn't matter if you're 60, 70, or 80, if something in your life isn't working, you have the power to change it. Whether it's your mindset, your daily routine, or the way you approach relationships, change is always within your reach. In fact, embracing change is one of the most powerful things you can do as you age. It's a way of saying, I'm still here. I'm still growing. I'm still open to new experiences. And in that openness, you'll find that life continues to surprise you in the best possible ways. 6. The legacy we leave behind. As we get older, a lot of us start thinking about the legacy we're going to leave behind. We start asking ourselves, what will I be remembered for? And once again, we've been sold a lie about what that legacy is supposed to look like. We were told that our legacy is about the things we accomplished, the money we made, the stuff we leave behind. But as we age, we come to realize that our legacy isn't about the material things. It's not about the house, the car, the career, or even the savings account. Our legacy is about the impact we had on the people around us. It's about the love we gave, the kindness we showed, the relationships we built. It's about the memories we created with the people who mattered most to us. Think back to the people who've had the most impact on your life. Was it because they were wealthy or successful? Or was it because they loved you, supported you? The truth is, our legacy is measured not by what we achieved, but by how we made others feel. It's about the lives we touch, the hearts we open, and the connections we made along the way. And here's the best part, it's never too late to start building that legacy. You don't need to have millions in the bank or a long list of accomplishments to leave behind something meaningful. You just need to be willing to show up fully in the lives of the people you care about. You need to be willing to spend your time in ways that bring you joy and make the world a little better, even if it's just in small, everyday ways. Because in the end, that's what really matters. It's not about the stuff we owned or the titles we held. It's about the people we touched, the relationships we built, and the love we shared. That's the legacy that will live on long after we're gone. Part 2. 7 regrets most people have in their 70s and 80s. 1. Not pursuing dreams sooner. One of the most prevalent regrets is the failure to chase personal dreams and passions. Many individuals find themselves caught in the grind of daily responsibilities, sacrificing their aspirations for stability. Whether it's a desire to travel, write a book, or learn a new skill, postponing these pursuits often leads to a sense of unfulfillment. In hindsight, they wish they had taken the leap earlier, understanding that the pursuit of passion enriches life far beyond the confines of work. 2. Neglecting relationships. As life gets busy with careers and family responsibilities, relationships often take a backseat. Many people in their 70s and 80s lament not spending enough time with loved ones. They realize that friendships and family connections are the true sources of joy and comfort. The regret here is not just about lost time, but also about the missed opportunities to deepen those bonds. In their later years, many wish they could turn back time to prioritize the relationships that truly mattered. 3. Staying in unhappy jobs. A significant number of older adults express regret over staying in jobs that didn't fulfill them. Often, societal expectations and financial responsibilities dictate career choices. As a result, many individuals find themselves trapped in unfulfilling roles, delaying their true passions. With the benefit of hindsight, they realize that the time spent in jobs that didn't bring joy was a lost opportunity for growth and fulfillment. They wish they had the courage to pursue careers that aligned with their interests and passions. 4. Worrying about what others think. Another common regret involves the anxiety of seeking approval from others. In youth, many feel pressure to conform to societal norms or family expectations, often at the expense of their true selves. As they age, the realization hits that external validation holds little value. The worry about others' opinions often leads to a life lived for someone else, rather than for oneself. Many express a desire to have embraced their individuality earlier, freeing themselves from the chains of judgment. 5. Not taking care of health. As health issues become more prominent in later years, many individuals wish they had prioritized their well-being when they were younger. The neglect of physical and mental health can lead to serious consequences. Many reflect on the importance of maintaining an active lifestyle, eating well, and managing stress. They wish they had taken small steps toward a healthier lifestyle, understanding that the foundation for good health is built over time, not in the face of imminent challenges. 6. Avoiding difficult conversations. The fear of conflict can often lead people to avoid important conversations, particularly with family. Many older adults regret not having addressed issues directly, whether it's discussing finances, relationships, or end-of-life wishes. The lack of communication can lead to misunderstandings and unresolved tensions that linger long into later years. Reflecting on this, they wish they had embraced open dialogue sooner, fostering healthier relationships and ensuring that important matters were addressed with clarity. 7. Not living in the present. Lastly, one of the most profound regrets is the tendency to focus too much on the future or dwell on the past. Many people realize they spent too much time worrying about what was next or lamenting what had been lost, rather than fully embracing the present moment. The beauty of life is often found in simple experiences, the laughter shared with friends, the joy of a sunset, or the warmth of a hug. Understanding that life is fleeting, they wish they had savored more moments, living with gratitude and presence. As I sit here, reflecting on the decades behind me, the truth has never been clearer. We spent so much of our lives chasing after illusions, success, stability, and happiness, only to find that none of it truly matters in the end. What really matters is the love we shared, the moments of joy we experienced, and the impact we had on the people around us. It's never too late to rewrite your story, to let go of the lies we've been fed, and to live a life that feels authentic and meaningful. At 80, I'm just starting to realize that it's not about what you achieve, but about how you live. If any part of this message resonates with you, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on your own life. What have you been chasing? And is it truly what brings you joy? Let's break free from the expectations that no longer serve us and start living for ourselves. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let's continue this conversation and help each other find what truly matters. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.